Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special segment today on the 28th day of February 2022. Well, this is the last day of February 2022. And what are we waking up to? Well, there's a lot that's happening out there. Well, as we have noticed, about an hour ago, we noticed the peak of Brisbane River, which is breaking its bank and which is broke its bank since yesterday, as I reported. And what's happening right now? Let's take a quick look at some of the videos of this morning. As you can see, Holman, the park, it's breaking its bank and going on to the park. There's so many people there at the park as well. And this is where the jetty or the terminal got washed away, part of it, middle of it. And as we saw yesterday, that the yacht that was parked there was hit by a big pontoon that got washed away. And that lifted its anchor and the whole yacht drifted away as well as people watched all this happen. So this is right out of our window here, which is looking on to the bottom side, which is the Holman Street Park. So as you can see, the bridge is open, and as you can see in the background that the let me take this away. Yep. So as you can see in the background that the walkway is all under water. It is, by the looks of it, it might even be subsiding now because it will subside by midday, and about 8 p.m. once again tonight will be the peak when we'll see the peak of it once again. So here's some of the other glimpses, and this is coming live to you from Australian Indian Radio. So this is the walkway, or the three sets of steps there underwater. The railings go on; you can't even see the railing there as well. And if you can look at the Holman Park, you can see how the water's now over that bank and just about growing in there. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, these are live coverage. This is all live coming to you from Australian Indian Radio. As I mentioned before, that's also a lot of debris that have been floating down the river as well. This is like a big steel grain. It is quite big and quite huge, and amazing to see like steel is floating away. But because of the high drift that's happening there. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are live coverage, live footage from Australian Indian Radio, extraordinary scenes and very, very exclusive coverage. And as you can see, the steps are all underwater and caught. And all these extraordinary scenes are happening right here in Brisbane. And today, there's about 900 schools which have been ordered to be closed, so they will be closed. And people have been asked to stay home and work from home as much as possible. And even though at this point in time, right now, the sun is shining, it's 23 degrees and partly cloudy, and on the right on the horizon, as I gaze out the window, I can see the showers coming or moving in slowly in through the north. So from the north, the northern suburbs, looks like there's rain there. And many areas of Boondall, Tigam, Zilmia, which are all still under flood. Lots of roads that have been closed there as well. So unless it's absolutely necessary, please do not go out at all. Remain at home. Yes, of course, it is good to, show the photos and pictures of all the things that are happening, but not don't go on the water if you can help it. And that is this is an extraordinary scene, a whole pontoon floating away, and along with it goes the boat. The boat tied to it, but still floating away. And the yacht that's standing there a little while later it got washed away as well because of the pontoon coming and hitting it. So as I mentioned, these are these extraordinary scenes coming right here from the Brisbane River. Lots of debris floating. So ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Australian Indian Radio's live coverage of the Brisbane floods. And the middle portion of this ferry got washed away a little bit after this clip was shot. And this is the latest clips from this morning. As you can see, the ferry terminal is, and you can see water coming from the
This is Sumesh Chandra reporting live from Brisbane River.
And of course, as we know, that there's been lots of talks about being a big rush at the supermarkets this morning as people are trying to once again stock up before all the food supplies run out, because the delivery will now all be delayed. Look at this boat which is wedged up between the jetty. This is the new Howard Street Wharf jetty. These are exclusive footage from early this morning. And that alarm that you can hear has been going on for the last 2 days. And this is my walk every morning, but today look at the way it is. And as I mentioned before, that boat that's wedged between the pontoon. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Australian Indian Radio's live coverage of the floods here in Brisbane, floods 2022. Well, of course, as I mentioned before, that looking out the window, you can see the walkway there. Maybe the water is slowly, by the looks of it, subsiding because it's reached the peak, and it will keep going down until it starts backing up again this afternoon to peak once again at 8 p.m. tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very special broadcast of Australian Indian Radio and Brisbane Indian Times, bringing to you the live coverage of the floods here in Queensland and especially in Brisbane on the Brisbane River as we look out our window there. And of course, we will be back at 10 a.m. with further updates, and of course the Daily India report we will be bringing to you at that time as well. But right now, let's see if we have any live updates coming to you from our Premier. Not at the moment. She will be coming on live a little bit later on, and then when she does, we will join in with that. But we know that Lord Mayor was there, so Lord Mayor Adrian Srina has been out and about as well, and as he mentions that we are not out of the woods yet, so there's still a lot that's happening. So we have to be very, very careful as to what we do. Just bear with us a few seconds, and we will try and get a message from the Lord Mayor. And here's the message. I'll see if I can get him connected to our system here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this morning there have been some extraordinary scenes that you have witnessed right here in a live coverage by the Australian Indian Radio and Brisbane Indian Times right now. Let's see if we can get this message from our Lord Mayor. There might be a bit of a problem there with the audio, but we know that the message there is very loud and clear that we are not out of the woods. Stay home, and if you can work from home, please do that. And watch out for further updates. We'll be back at 10 a.m. with this a little bit more news, and together with the Daily India report at that time, and we'll bring to you some live updates and reports from Queensland Government, where the Premier and the Police Department and the Bureau will all be joining in to bring to you that update. Of course, also the other, this special segment here was just on the floods and the live coverage that we have of that floods right here, right next to, virtually next to our studio and the office. As you can see from the scene there, there's a live footage of the Story Bridge as is happening right now, and I can see roughly that the flood levels are sort of evened out or not rising, maybe subsiding a little bit, as we know that is going to happen now to till midday, and once about from 2 p.m. start coming in again. The tide will start coming in again to peak around 8 p.m. tonight. but we'll be back at 10 a.m. with more news. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very special live coverage of the 2022 Brisbane floods.